Hey, it's Andreas. Let's talk about a trend that we see with modern women, and I believe I found a great opportunity to make a ton of money from this. So smash the like button. This took 6 to 7 hours to prepare all the research for you guys. I noticed in my statistics on YouTube that you loved it when I talked about the rise of the Sheconomy, the research report from Morgan Stanley that talks about how women are more and more single, participating more and more in the workforce, and how companies are changing their product and service offering to match this new spending pattern that we see. Well, I've done some research on my own based on the Morgan Stanley research, because you have to go to a financial advisor to get the really juicy details from the research report. But we're smart people, we can use our own brains, we can come up with our own ideas, and this is one of them, guys. All right, so the modern woman is having children later and later in life. Something happened here in the middle of the 90s that caused a steep increase in the mean age. Note, mean, not median. All right, mean age of first child. So it's almost 30 today. And Peter Lynch talked about it in his book One Up on Wall Street, about finding leads on companies poised for great growth and money-making opportunities in his everyday life. Classic examples such as a hostel and a fast food chain. All right, so let me do some examples of real life for you guys, where you can see this trend, and later on you will really understand when I talk about a company that's poised to really capture this trend. All right, so for example, I used to have Tinder. I had to delete it, it was too annoying, but I used to have it, and on profiles of multiple older women they would write that they were eligible for IVF treatment. So what's that? I had to Google it, and this is some type of fertility treatment. All right, really expensive too. And I've even heard this term in background conversation in restaurants, uh, once in an office. So this is becoming more and more accepted in social circles, and as you will see later on in the financial reports, growth have been massive for a company that's capturing this market. All right, next, let me preface with some NHS info so that you guys really can see that there's science backing this trend. All right, so NHS is a British health, not a company, public like service for you guys in the US, the main part of my audience. All right, so we can see here that fertility between 19 and 26 is 98% are gonna conceive after 2 years. So very few complications here. But if you look at the older age group of 35 to 39, it's gonna take a lot of effort, and even after 2 years, only 90% are gonna be able to conceive, according to this a bit older data from NHS, and they're not even calculating in the effect of men's fertility, because we're becoming more, we move less, we're becoming less active, we're becoming more obese here in the West, and this also affects our fertility. So I believe that these numbers have gone up quite a lot based on the quick research here. And also, I'm not going to say this word here on the bottom part of the PowerPoint slide on YouTube, but this is just a lot of work. All right, so Vitrolife, this is a Swedish company, but 99% of their sales is in other parts of the world, and I will do a specific slide to show you all the growth, all the markets that they're active in, and what markets are growing the fastest. Take a guess in the comments below. This is an easy one. All right, so this company is doing this IVF, this fertility treatments, and they're selling their product to private clinics that are doing this treatment. They have a lot of employees, they're basically global. And also here in the last year, 2021, they acquired iGenomics. So this is a genetics company to broaden, the services that they can offer, make them more inclusive and better to capture this market trend caused by the behavior that we see in modern women. And Vitrolife here, they're poised to become a global leader in reproductive health, and they're poised for massive growth, as we can see in the financial report later on. But I just wanted to comment on the costs of these kits that they sell to genetic treatments. So the total price of one cycle here is on average 50,000 Swedish kroner. So that's about $5,000. But prices vary greatly between countries, and no surprise, the US is a lot more expensive. And this thing is not even guaranteed to work the first time, so maybe you have to try it 2 or 3 times before it works. And this is a big source of revenue, and you will see the margins later on. All right, so here we go. Growth markets. We can see that EMEA here is a big market, accounting for almost 50%. But the fastest growing market is, no surprise here, North America, with South America included, as you can see in the full yearly statement that I will link in the description below. But North America here, big contributor to fast growth, and they are established in EMEA. They're growing while being profitable. All right, take a look at this company performance, guys. This is a 5-year summary dating back to 2017, and they've had growth every year except for 2020, when we had this bear virus hitting the global economy. But they rebounded with a roar in 2021, and as you can see, growth profits has been growing as well. And we can also see that in terms of cash flow for the year, they have been positive. With all this growth, they have been positive in cash flow. They've even paid dividends, guys. Growing massively, paying dividends. And the only reason that the cash flow was negative for 2021 was that they did this acquisition of the genomics company. Speaking of that acquisition, this is crazy, guys. Take a look at average numbers of outstanding shares. They have not been diluting shares once in 5 years. It's, take a look at this. It's exactly the same numbers of outstanding shares. 27, 18, 19, 20. And then in 2021, we see that they have more outstanding shares. And this is due to the acquisition of this, genomic sequencing company, which they paid for both with cash and with stock. So that's what caused cash flow to be negative last year. That's what's causing share dilution. But I think that this acquisition will only further growth even more. And speaking of growth, take a look at this price to earnings ratio. It's been off the charts previously, going totally crazy here in 2021 with the growth. Price to earnings ratio of 188. That's a very steep evaluation. All right, but here comes the kicker in the final summary. Take a look at share price now, 216 Swedish kroner. This is basically the same price, even cheaper, that you could buy this company for back in 2019 here. And 2019, they didn't have as much in revenue, and they didn't have an acquisition of a genomics company. It's not the same company anymore. And we can also see that price to earnings ratio has really fallen back here. And you can also see some yield here of 0.37, meaning that this company that's growing like crazy while staying profitable is even paying out a dividend. And taking a look at the total market cap, it's a small market cap of 30 billion Swedish kroner, so that's about 3 billion American. This is a small cap company. I took a look at institutional holding also, and noticed that there were quite a few small cap funds. And to me, I believe that this could be a opportunity to create generational wealth. This company is positioned in a way to take advantage of the trend that we see in the market with the behavior of modern women. They have a valuation that's much more attractive now. And in terms of my actions, I would just put my emergency fund and everything that I've been building up right into the company. But I have some tax audits coming up here, and need to sit on that emergency chest. But as soon as that's been resolved, then I will pump my money into this company. I just wanted to make this video before for you guys to provide a ton of value and research on the macroeconomic trends that we see in society and how I think about investment opportunities. And hopefully you can use this line of thoughts, reason, and logic when you research your own investment opportunities, and hopefully you make a ton of money. Look at me, you deserve it, and a 6-figure salary. Take care now. Bye bye.